Hey Mindy, it's Jen Yates. I'm just making you this video because people were asking me about music notation. I got my little whiteboard here in front of me. So, this is the general legend of almost all drum notation. So I'm going to go over this real quick. Alright, obviously you have 4 spaces on the staff and you have 5 lines. Generally speaking, this is not for every book that you read. Most books that you take will have a legend or a score in front, and they will tell you what you want to know concerning this right here. But on a general, about 90% of the time, it's going to stay the same. So I just wanted to go over this. So at the top of the staff, anytime you have an X, it's going to indicate a symbol of some sort. Generally, that means a hi-hat. A lot of times, if they want it to be a crash, they'll put a circle around the X. If they want it to be a ride, they'll put a dash through the X. If they want a cowbell, they'll make it a little triangle sometimes. So it just depends. But generally speaking, the X on top of the staff is going to be your hi-hat. Now, I'm going to start with this one here because the bottom, the one on the first space, is generally always a kick drum. And if you have a double kick, then they'll write it down here on the line, a second line underneath it. If you go to the one up here, that's going to generally be your floor tom. Alright? Think about your depth and pitch of your floor tom. It's super close to your kick drum sound. So, if you just go slightly up, there's your floor tom. Now, this space is always generally your snare drum. Alright? And then the one above it is usually your high tom. If you have a second tom, they're usually going to write it on the line in between. Alright, if you have an X below the staff, that's going to be your left foot or your hi-hat foot if you're a righty. So, hi-hat stomp, kick drum, floor tom, snare drum, high tom, and cymbals. Alright, and that is your general legend anytime that you're reading drum set notation. Now another thing is, if they're over top of each other, so let's say I have X over this, that means you hit them at the same time. Alright? So you're reading music this way on the staff. And this is a general legend. So you want to memorize this first and foremost, but you also want to pay attention to any book that you have. In the beginning, there should be a notation or a legend, or or it's going to explain to you what it wants where. So, I'm Jen Yates. You can hit me up anytime for lessons on musical reading and notation, theater stuff. If you have any questions, hit me up. I'm just Jen Yates on all social media platforms, JYMYATES. And my website is thejenyates.com. And I encourage everyone to take lessons as much as possible from everybody out there. There's amazing teachers. And thank you, TomTom and Mindy Alowitz-Monk, for featuring some of these female and gender non-conforming teachers. I really appreciate it.